Imagine living in a town where the ground beneath your feet is on fire. Streets crack open with smoke. The smell of burning coal fills the air, and warning signs are posted everywhere. It sounds like a scene from a disaster movie, but this was real life for the people of Centralia, Pennsylvania. This American town has been burning underground for more than 60 years, and today it is almost completely abandoned. Centralia was once a small but thriving coal mining town. In the mid-1900s, about 2,000 people lived there. Families worked in the mines, kids went to school, and businesses lined the streets. Coal was everywhere in Pennsylvania, and Centralia sat on top of massive coal deposits. Mining was the heart of the community, providing jobs and life for the town. But in 1962, everything changed. That year, a fire started in an abandoned coal mine. Many believe it began when trash was burned near an open mining pit, and the flames spread into the underground coal seams. Coal, as you know, burns hot and long, and once it catches fire underground, it is nearly impossible to put out. The fire spread quickly under Centralia. What looked like a small accident at first turned into a disaster that would last for decades. At first, people did not realize how dangerous it was. Smoke rose from the ground in some places, and patches of land were hot to the touch. But soon, the fire spread under homes, streets, and businesses. The ground cracked open, releasing smoke and poisonous gases. In some areas, sinkholes appeared out of nowhere, swallowing up parts of yards and roads. One of the scariest incidents happened in 1981, when a 12-year-old boy was playing in his backyard. Suddenly, the ground collapsed beneath him, and he fell into a hole more than 150 feet deep, with toxic smoke rising from it. Luckily, he was rescued in time, but this incident proved that Centralia was no longer safe. By the 1980s, the government decided it was too dangerous for people to live there. They offered to buy out the homes and relocate families. Most residents took the deal and left, but a few refused. They wanted to stay in the town they had called home their entire lives. Lawsuits followed, and eventually the government forced almost everyone out. Buildings were demolished, streets were closed, and Centralia slowly disappeared from the map. Today, fewer than 10 people still live in Centralia. Even though the state took ownership of the land, these residents are allowed to stay until they pass away. But when they are gone, Centralia will officially be no more. Walking through the town now feels eerie. Most of the houses are gone, nature has taken over, and only a handful of structures remain. But the fire still burns underground, and experts believe it could continue for another 200 years. One of the strangest things about Centralia is how it has attracted visitors. Despite being nearly empty, the town became famous for its ghostly atmosphere. A section of road known as the Graffiti Highway, covered in colorful spray paint, became a tourist spot until it was covered with dirt to keep people away. Centralia has even inspired books and movies. The popular horror movie Silent Hill was partly based on the town, using its eerie smoke-filled streets as inspiration. The story of Centralia is not just about one town. It is also a warning. Across the world, there are hundreds of coal seam fires burning underground, some for decades. Centralia shows how dangerous they can be and how impossible they are to stop once they start. Firefighters tried for years to put out the blaze with water, clay, and chemicals, but nothing worked. The fire was simply too deep and too powerful. Yet, Centralia's last residents say they do not feel afraid. They have grown used to living with smoke rising from the ground and cracks in the streets. For them, Centralia is home, no matter what. But for the rest of the world, it has become a ghost town, a place where nature and fire have taken over, and people have almost completely disappeared. Think about this. A fire that started by accident in 1962 is still burning today. It has destroyed a whole town, forced people to leave their homes, and left behind a place that feels both haunting and fascinating. Centralia is a reminder of how fragile our towns can be, and how one mistake can change everything. So the next time you see smoke rising from the ground or cracks forming in the road, remember Centralia. It may look like a ghost town now, but its story is alive, burning beneath the earth, and it will likely continue to burn long after we are gone.